Today's horoscope, Cancer August 25, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Today's energies help you leave overthinking behind and replace it with activity. Fortunately, taking action on a problem can be very healing now. You might see, more explicitly, the connection between physical healing and inner, emotional healing. Even physical or creative activities can help you reduce stress now. It can be satisfying to do something about long overdue matters. It comes naturally to focus on the things that motivate and energize you. There can be breakthroughs, as what initially seems a problem can turn right around in your favor. You also seek comfort and happiness from your social life as the moon spends the day in your solar 11th house. A fabulous period for romance has arrived for you. Be sure to be on the lookout. You will be primed for action. Mental Mercury is dashing through the heavens in a retrograde phase and will send a love letter to mighty Mars today, encouraging you to flirt, strut your body language, and take the initiative. Don't hold back regardless if you're single or attached. This is also an incredible period to socialize, meet someone new, or pursue a sense of adventure. The universe is aligning, so let the good times roll. You're soaring towards good times. Organize your thoughts so that your career path can advance. If you feel scrambled, it can be hard to get anything done. You might struggle moving forward with your goals and plans for your career path. Thankfully, you have a chance to untangle your thoughts when Mars in Gemini sextiles Mercury retrograde in Leo and Chiron retrograde in Aries. It might be initially challenging, especially if you have lingering fears to confront. Once you work through your mental blockages and worries, it might be easier to see where your career path is heading. An excellent planetary aspect is occurring that elevates your emotional world to the height of the mountaintop. Looking at your emotions with perspective is a healthy practice that bolsters self-confidence. Consciously creating this perspective on a regular basis is the goal of yoga. Finding the right yoga discipline and routine might be your goal this season. The lymphatic system that controls our immune system is also greatly helped by yoga. As this day marks the beginning of the new cycle for the perfect number that you are, positive vibrations will translate into a new enthusiasm and a real generosity towards those close to you. Above all, you could bring a new project to life with the participation of your friends or members of your family. They should be happy because you have a great chance of being successful in your undertaking. A day after the Sun exited your income sector and transferred control to Mercury, the Moon concludes its monthly visit to your career sector. Having the Moon present during the Sun's final hours not only sharpened your professional instincts while the solar was on the income side of finances but also created harmony. Before departing, the Moon will spend its final hours aligned with both planets in your career sector and positively influencing Mercury, providing you with insight into how these celestial bodies will continue to work together. The Sun's return to your communications sector yesterday hasn't just put the solar on your communications. The Sun will be here when Venus leaves next week, giving the planet of love the confidence of knowing that when her mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice ends, she will have someone to pass the torch to. This also puts the Moon here as you enter some significant weeks on the relationship front. Daily Planetary Overview. Does it sting? With Mars in Gemini sextiling Mercury retrograde in Leo, while Chiron retrograde in Aries adds its influence, conversations today might feel a bit more tender than usual. Mercury retrograde is known for its classic communication mishaps, and you might find that either you or someone else speaks out of turn. Words that were meant to be harmless could land awkwardly, triggering sensitive emotions or even sparking misunderstandings. If you feel hurt by something someone says, or if you unintentionally hurt someone else, don't hesitate to address it. This is your chance to speak up with honesty and vulnerability, or to extend an apology with sincerity and grace. We've all been there, those moments when a conversation goes off course, and suddenly, we're left wondering, did I really just say that? Or maybe someone's comment hits a little too close to home, and you find yourself feeling unexpectedly stung. Today is one of those days where emotions might be running a little higher than usual, so it's important to react with calmness and patience, even in the face of any jibes or provocations from others. If you feel deceived or hurt, be mindful of who you confide in. It's easy to overthink every word, but remember, not every comment is meant to be taken so seriously. Seek out the people who understand your moods and know how to handle them with care. Sometimes, simply resting and taking a step back can make all the difference in how you feel. Despite the sensitive energy in the air, there's also a positive side to today's astrological influences. If you approach conversations with openness and honesty, your words are likely to be well received. This is a perfect time for a frank exchange of opinions, where both you and the other person feel safe enough to voice your concerns. Have you ever noticed how liberating it can feel to get everything out in the open? When you approach discussions with good intentions, people tend to take note of that sincerity and respond in kind. It's all about creating space for mutual understanding, both sides allowing for a little criticism, but with the goal of growth and resolution. Don't shy away from the feedback you receive today. Instead, deal with it honestly and with an open heart. You might be surprised by how much progress you can make in your relationships when you approach them with this kind of authenticity. Feeling inclined to take the lead in your relationships? This energy is also about stepping up and sharing your ideas with others. You might find yourself wanting to guide those around you, showing them the opportunities that can arise when they include your insights and perspectives. But remember, leadership is as much about listening as it is about speaking. Make sure you're tuning in to the wishes and ideas of others, too. After all that creative and collaborative energy, it's essential to take a moment for yourself. Find a quiet place to reflect on everything you've put into motion. Sometimes, it's in those quiet moments of reflection that the most clarity and inspiration come to light. On the financial front, things are looking good. You have a knack for knowing how to negotiate to your advantage today, even in tricky situations. If you're in the middle of a deal or a bargaining session, trust in your instincts. They're sharp right now. Plus, there are more options opening up for you, so don't hesitate to make new contacts or explore new opportunities. These connections might prove to be incredibly useful down the line, and your healthy instincts will guide you if things start to veer off course. Have you ever found yourself in the right place at the right time, making a connection that turned out to be exactly what you needed? Today could bring just that kind of serendipitous moment, so stay open to the possibilities. As you navigate the energies of today, remember that it's okay to feel sensitive. It's okay to take things a little more personally right now. But also remember that with sensitivity comes the opportunity for deeper connection and understanding, both with yourself and with others. So, how are you handling today's conversations? Have you found yourself navigating any tricky discussions with loved ones, or maybe even surprising yourself with how well you've managed to stay calm in the face of a challenge? Let's share our experiences, support one another, and keep moving forward with grace and positivity. After all, the most meaningful connections often come from moments of vulnerability and honesty.